Assalamu alaikum, I'm Pavel and I welcome you all to another video tutorial on Mathematical Olympiad series. So as you can see on the board, I have drawn a figure. So let me directly go to the question. The question is that there are 9 dots in this figure and you have to select 3 dots or 3 points in such a way that the area formed of the triangle with those 3 points is equal to 0. So you have to make a triangle with 3 dots so that the area of the triangle every time is equal to 0. In how many ways can you do that? I mean, in how many ways can you select 3 dots so that the area is equal to 0? Now, before going into the solution, let me tell you one thing. I provide online tuition for students who want to take preparations for Mathematical Olympiad. So this is the number. You can communicate with me through direct call or WhatsApp. Okay, now let us move to the solution. At first, we need to know some concept that when the area of a triangle will be equal to 0. Suppose if we select these 3 points, say in this way, you select 3 points. So there is clearly an area here. So this is not going to be equal to 0. So when will it be equal to 0? We know that the formula for the area of a triangle is half times base times height. So if any of the quantity here is equal to 0, then the area will be equal to 0. That means either we have to make the base equal to 0 or we have to make the height equal to 0. So how can we do that? If we select 3 points like these 3 points, so what will happen now? If you join these 3 points, you can see that there is no height because these 3 points are forming a single straight line. That means there is no area formed here. So in fact, there is no triangle formed here. That is the tricky part. So it is not said directly, but you have to understand that in how many ways can you form a triangle. I mean, in how many ways can you select 3 points so that it forms a straight line, not a triangle? Because here you see these 3 points, suppose this is called A, this is B and this is C. These 3 points are not forming any triangle, rather it's forming a straight line. So as we know from the condition of a triangle that any 2 sides, the sum of any 2 sides should be greater than the third side. So here the first side is AB, the second side is BC, and if you add them together, AB plus BC, it's not greater than the third side, which is AC. So AB plus BC will be equal to AC here. So this doesn't make any triangle here. That means it creates only a straight line. So in this way, we have to count how many times we can select 3 points so that they are in the same straight line. That is the key. So it's pretty easy. Now we have to see at first horizontally. So out of 3 rows, we can see the first row, we can select 3 points one way, in the second row another way, in the third row another way. So we get 3 straight lines horizontally. Now moving to vertically, 1, 2 and 3. So we get 3 more straight lines vertically. Now here is the point. Most students think that the answer will be 3 plus 3, which is 6, but you have to be careful. In these figures or similar figures, most students often miss this point of diagonal. So you see here is the diagonal. If you join these 3 points, they also form another straight line. So you can join them and get a straight line here. So this diagonal and here another diagonal. So you have to count the diagonals as well. So now if you add this 3 parts together, you will get 8. So the answer will be 8. So I hope you understood everything which I talked about in this video tutorial. Even if you have any doubts, you can let me know through comments. Okay, so in the next video, I will discuss another approach of solving the same problem, because here the figure is very small and you do not have to have any concepts related to permutation and combination to solve such problems. But if the figure is significantly larger, in that case you cannot just solve by counting manually. So in that particular cases, you have to have some knowledges regarding permutation and combination. So I will discuss that topic in the upcoming video. So till then, stay fine. Allah Hafiz.